Hi, my name is Emily Klingman, and I'm the theater teacher at Bailey Middle School. If you are watching this PowerPoint slash video, then your child is in my drama class, which is awesome. Super excited to have them. So, a few things about me. I'm a theater teacher, but I'm also, I direct in the community, I act in the community, and I costume in the community. Um, I am on the North Carolina Theater Conference Board of Directors. I am also the North Carolina Theater Arts Educators Chair of the North Carolina Young Playwrights Festival, which is awesome. I have 2 degrees in theater. I have a BFA in Theater Arts Education and a BFA in Musical Theater from East Carolina University. Um, as you can read my mission statement below, but I truly believe that I can help kids get more comfortable with who they are and feeling free to express it. And that's definitely one of my number one goals in life as a teacher. My email, as you can see, is above. If you ever need to contact me, feel free. I'm always available for that. Um, so one of your questions that you probably have is what does your child need for my drama class? We need a pencil and a notebook or a folder with loose leaf paper to write on, and closed-toed shoes. So basically, with the folder and notebook, it's somewhere that they can write on and keep notes, or they can keep their scripts in, but just somewhere for all of that stuff for my class to be. I'm not particular as to what it is, just as long as they have it and they bring it to class. All right, so these are the North Carolina Essential Standards for Theater. So these are the things that I cover in my class. We cover communication, analysis, aesthetics, using technical theater to make a show whole, the culture behind theater and the history behind theater, as well as what it represents to us today in society, which is rather cool. So in 8th grade drama class, we do monologues, which we're currently doing. We do open scenes, we do improv, we do modern theater scenes, we do playwriting, we are going to do a class play. We also learn about different acting methods, such as Stanislavski and Stanford Meisner and Stella Adler and all those lovely fun things, and it's fun. All 8th grade classes, as I said, will perform a play outside of school. Fall semester's class will perform in January, and spring semester will perform in May. In 7th grade, we do monologues too. We start learning about some acting methods. We do improv. We learn about commedia dell'arte, which is Italian comedy. We do some playwriting and we do some Shakespeare, and it's super fun. In 6th grade, we do pantomime. We do Shel Silverstein as monologues and as speech choirs. We write monologues. We do Greek theater, and we make our own Greek tragedies and have a festival of Dionysus and compete for which play will win the goat. It's really fun. We do fables as story theater, and we're hopefully going to do some puppetry, which I love to do, and touch on medieval theater a little bit. If a student is absent, it is their responsibility to get the work that is missing. We have warm-ups in Google Classroom, so if they're absent for those, they can make those up. All of the notes are in Canvas. Most of our assignments that we have that are not worksheets are going to be in Google Classroom. I do go over this with the kids, but it's always good for you guys to know too. So grading. Informal grades are warm-ups in Google Classroom, and I usually lump a group of them together so that it's just one big informal grade. So for example, like the beginning of the school year to September 30th would be one section of warm-ups, and I'll just, however many we have, each is worth 2 points, and I'll give them, if they do it correctly and they follow it and answer all the questions or whatever it is, I'll give them the 2 points, and it's easy peasy. And then I add them all together, and that makes the one big grade. We also do some scene analysis stuff and some script analysis stuff, and some self-evaluations and all that kind of stuff. And those are all pretty simple and easy, and they shouldn't be too difficult to do. So they should be easy A's. For formal grades, I do make our rough draft performances a formal grade, but they should get, it's a small formal grade and they should get 100 on it as long as they do it. And as long as they exhibit good audience etiquette. If they are disruptive any way, they'll get points off of that grade. Our final performances are formal grades, and any playwriting projects that we have. So if they write a monologue and then they perform it later, that would be a bigger project for playwriting, and that would be a formal grade as well. So usually when I grade playwriting, or if I grade a performance, getting up there and doing it is half the battle. So unless they don't get up there at all or they don't speak at all, they should make at least a D on it. But they all should make higher than that because they're all capable of higher than that. But usually when I grade a scene or a performance, I'll grade on different elements, and I'll then average the grades on those elements together to make their final grade for whatever it is. So as you can see with the pantomime scene, I grade them on specificity with imaginary objects. Are they specific about the objects and the way they hold them and their shape and their weight? And then are they consistent with that? Do they pick them up and put them down? Or do they disappear? If they disappear, then they're not as specific as they could be. Are they taking their time with each moment of the scene to make it clear? Do they have emotion, character? Do they use music well in their scene? Do they have the amount of objects required? Is the time minimum met? Things like that. So homework, most of our homework is memorization or practicing. Sometimes I tell them to go home and I want you to observe this at your house. And you don't have to write anything, but just take the time to like look at it. So those are the kinds of things that we do for homework and drama. They shouldn't be very complicated. I do suggest with memorization that they at least go over it once a day. If they go over their monologue or their scene once a day, then that already puts them in a good place. And then also when they're starting to memorizing at least one sentence a day, it helps so much. Like it's all about don't procrastinate, be proactive, get on that thing right away, and then you should be good. But a lot of our students tend to procrastinate. So encourage them not to procrastinate and be proactive because it's much easier if you tackle it and read it every day and add one line of memorization every day. It should help tremendously. All right, so drama t-shirts are for sale as a fundraiser for our theater program. Links to the forms can be found on my Weebly page, which you can see there. Our first order will be put in at the end of the last week of September, and the second order will be put in at the end of the last week of February. So if you're interested in that, our honors drama shirts are a little bit longer and have color on both the front and the back, so those are a little bit more expensive. And our regular drama shirts, which anyone can buy, those are $12 and they're not as expensive because they only have two colors. But they're super cool. You should check them out. And it does help us be able to pay for the things like scripts and we're trying to fix our lighting equipment and our sound equipment and all those things that we use on a very frequent basis in our classes. I also buy materials with it for class, like for 7th grade, we'll use masks, and so I need those. And then with 6th grade, we're going to start doing puppetry, and so that stuff helps me be able to pay for those materials in order to do these awesome things that we can do in class, which is just super fun and super cool. For information on our production season, you can check out my Weebly page. As I said before, we usually do 2 shows. We do a show for each 8th grade class. We also do 2 North Carolina Theater Conference Play Festival plays. We do our big fall musical and all of that fun stuff, as well as little things throughout the year. But you should check it out. We do some pretty awesome stuff, especially for middle school. We've been told it's like high school quality work. So I'm really proud of our program and our kids. And that's it. So thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope that I was clear with all of it, and I hope you have a fabulous evening or afternoon or morning.